All right, good morning, good evening, good night. Layer 1 Live. It is Monday. I hope you guys are having a good week, a good start to the week. I know we got some people that are over in Asia. It's already Tuesday, but it is a happy Monday where I'm at. I'm excited to get to the crypto news for today. I'm excited to be sitting down with you lads. I'm looking at the stream right now. I'm going to wait for some people to move in. As you can see, we got a different layout. That might be the reason it took so long to get started today. Sometimes I say 2:30. Sometimes I say 2:45. You know how it is. It's great to see you guys, man. I was away for about 4 days. I had a good trip to the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. If you haven't been to Pittsburgh, definitely try it. I know it gets a bad rap, but I don't know why. Because it's a beautiful city. And while I was gone, you guys absolutely held it down, man. I can look through, and we've got the YouTube channel here, LADZ City. This is what we're doing here today. We are on Layer 1 Live. I'm taking you around the industry. But the network is filled with a bunch of different shows. You see NFT Arcade here, Layer 1 Podcast, Easy Street, NFT Live, LADZ City Radio, Fun Uncle, and much more. You guys got after it, man. I see NFT Arcade here. Kagi was posting this. This is doing really well. He's covering all the NFT gaming pieces. We had a little bit of Gutter Cat Gang. Buffalo held it down on NFT Live here. By him, first solo episode ever. And he absolutely killed it. He had Gutter Dan and the Gutter Cat Gang there. So a lot of really cool stuff going on in the city. Again, this is Layer 1 Live. I'm bringing you the crypto news from around the industry. Good to see you guys, man. Give me a shout out in the chat really quick. Our Vibe, our tribe. I see Marty McFly. I see Matt Radke, Choina, Shaggy Downs, Carrots, Tigbo, Nick Swervis, Crypto Stamina, Lad Season 2. Absolutely, man. We're getting after it. Guys, if you want to know what we're doing here at LADZ City, as we cover the LADZ portion of this episode, head to LADZ City. It'll take you to our terminal. As you can see there you go. Shows everywhere. If you want to get into the city, enter LADZ City. Otherwise, the information is clearly laid out here. Our different shows, our governance page that we're getting off the ground this week. Shout out to Carrots there. LADZ rankings there. We got some miner information, some token ticker information, and we will be updating to Season 2 this week. So definitely excited. I'm going to pull up one last thing, the schedule for the week here. Shout out to Stamina, another community member who put this together. Let's see if we can't get into the list here. All right, so Fun Uncle is going to be on Sunday. NFT Arcade has moved to Sunday. We have Layer 1 Live right now. NFT Genius is joining the LADZ City network on NFT Live there at 2:30 tomorrow. Layer 1 Podcast with the Near Protocol. Easy Streets on Thursday. You already know what it is. And then we have LADZ Day there on Friday. Crypto Buffalo's been holding it down on LADZ City Radio, man. And you guys might have noticed we had a little bit of LADZ City Radio there in our YouTube. That's just going to help grow the channel, man. We already were doing those badass interviews as events on Friday, and then now we have that on Fridays. And 24-hour period, they're going up on YouTube. So, all right, lads, shout out to you guys as you kind of come in the channel here. Crypto Stamina saying lads are crushing it. I got some more people saying our vibe, our tribe. This is the deal today. This is the little bit of rundown that I got for you. We're going to get into some market updates. Got to look at Bitcoin. Got to look at Ethereum. EIP 1559 is slowly but surely about to come out. Synthetix, Binance. We got some Polygon news. NFTs are continuously going to do well here, as we see. Even in a little bit of a bear market, even in a little bit of a quiet time, if you will, in the markets. And then we got DeFi to hit as well. So that's all coming to you here on Layer 1 Live, man. I'm getting ready to get started here. I've got the CoinGecko charts up here. Not much is happening, man. We're going to get into Glassnode here in a second, but as you can see, that's all chop. And the volatility is decreasing every day. Every day. I got Bitcoin USD pulled up right here. And you can look at the volume. and see how much that's decreased. This is a Bitcoin daily chart here. Volume has decreased, I mean, since that top there. Again, we topped out about 64,000. Volume wasn't even the highest on that day. We saw a massive spike in selling pressure there. But since then, look at this. I mean, some of the lowest volumes we've seen in 6, 7, 8 months. So we're still monitoring that. Obviously, that's a lot of chop. ETH BTC not doing that well. ETH still falling in BTC terms there. Crypto Stamina saying everything but AXS looking like a stable coin. Let me know what you guys are trading right now. Like, what do we get into in this type of market with the volatility so low? We already know about Axie Infinity. I mean, Axie's been everywhere in the news. So, tough to compete with Axie right now. I think it's up like 300% in a 30-day period. Shout out to those guys, man. All right, we are jumping right into the market breakdown here. So we've already talked a little BTC USD, a little ETH BTC ratio here. And the low amount of volume is going to come from a little bit, couple different factors here. And Glassnode did a great job breaking this down. So again, you see the chart. That's just a Bitcoin price chart. You see the lows on the week. You see the highs on the week. So we topped out this past week at 35K, weekly low of 32,000. We've been covering the miner and hash rate situation that's kind of led at least a little bit to what we're experiencing now in the market. Basically, what we were thinking was hash rate came off of the market, obviously with that big China ban. And do we get a rapid hash rate recovery or slow hash rate recovery? It looks like a little bit in between. From Glassnode here, this week the hash rate has recovered from the peak trough decline of 55%. You can see this decline here from top to bottom to around a 39% decline. Should this level hold and be representative, it would indicate that the hash power equivalent to around 29% has come back online. So a little bit of a quick recovery there after that initial China ban. So that's technically a good thing. Glassnode's taking some liberties here. They're saying miners in China that have successfully relocated hardware, previously obsolete hardware being dusted off, has led to this recovery of hash rate. So really that's what we're looking for, the hash rate recovery. But as it relates to volatility, a lot of it has to do with the lack of derivatives, the lack of futures trading. Most of it's going to be spot right now. It's going to be pretty much led by retail. So not going to get too far into it, but we will touch on this. Derivatives quiet off. Across derivatives markets, we see relatively quiet conditions as open interest stalls, trading volumes decline. TLDR there, a lot of what we saw in the volatility there with BTC and a lot of altcoins had to do with leverage either way. Levered up long, levered up shorts, and that has since quieted off. You can see there's a 57% decline in Bitcoin futures open interest here. So a lot of this volatility has declined because things like futures, things like options, same chart here, a 67% decline in options interest. So all of that leverage that was pretty much squeezed out of the market both ways. We saw bears getting wrecked. We saw bulls getting wrecked. That has cooled off. Right now, and there are different things we can be looking at, but Glassnode is making this a significant reason why volatility has decreased, and spot volumes are going to be pretty much driving the market here. And this is directly from Glassnode. Thus, the direction of the next large move is likely to strongly reflect underlying supply and demand. With such significant declines across all derivatives markets, it becomes increasingly likely that market volatility be driven by spot. Again, we see BTC on the USD chart here. ETH BTC not doing that well. And we pop out, look at the markets a little bit. Axes, absolutely killing it. KuCoin, Flow, Synthetix. Carrot is saying, wonder if things are going to go sideways until everyone thinks it will never go up again. That's like a capitulation we talk about. It's not sadness. It's not anger. It's apathy. It's, I don't really care. So looking at a little bit of the 7-day markets here as we get started. Shout out to everyone that's showing up early today. X-Plows in the house, our vibe, our tribe, and Marty McFly saying trading NFTs instead of tokens. We're going to talk about NFT volumes here in a second once we get to the NFT piece. But we will make our way here into the broader news, the breaking news, quick hits, DeFi, and NFTs. Shout out to Glassnode for providing those insights. Guys, if you're here, please leave a like on the episode. Let the lads know that we are live. Let the broader crypto industry know that we're live. Bring them all in here. Matter of fact, I'm going to retweet it right now. Hopefully the music's doing well for you guys today. I know last couple times, too low, too high. You let me know. You guys let me know if the volume's okay. I will hit that for you. Okay. So again, Glassnode providing those insights. Hashrate did recover a little bit. Derivatives quieting down. The reason why the volume is not that high is because I wouldn't say all leverage, but most of the leverage we saw, shorts, longs, institutional driven futures interest, all that is like dissipated by 60%. It's really spot volume that has to deal with retail. And with that, we'll move into the next piece. So we're going to touch breaking news. Always fun to talk Ethereum. All right, Ethereum update to reduce ETH supply likely coming in August. This was initially delayed, but what isn't in the ETH world? Pending approval from client teams, EIP 1559 should go live around the date of August 4th. So this is going to be a hard fork. It has been a little bit contentious. There have been some miners that have been upset at this. Essentially what's happening here, guys, is the London fork will produce this EIP 1559 proposal. It's going to make ETH deflationary. And it's going to make the miners not have a consistent source of income. It's going to change those gas fees that you're paying now to the miners. Those are going to be optional. You can tip them though. So some miners aren't that happy. Obviously deflationary ETH is going to be a narrative that people can get behind. But that's what's happening. So I'm going to read directly from the article, but we got 2 comments here. 20 people in the house as we get started here on Layer 1 Live, recapping the latest week in crypto. Leave a like. If it's your first time, leave a subscribe. We got Crypto Stamina saying less leverage on the table, less market manipulation. The market's always going to be manipulated, in my opinion, especially crypto markets. The one thing you won't see is this large spike in volatility, these intraday, like, freaking candles. Like, if we go to BTC, these intraday candles are massive. 30,000, 42,000. And some of this is going to be all about people getting liquidated, right? Because when a liquidation happens, the opposite side of that, whatever position was took, gets bought or sold. So if you have a big, short gets liquidated, that's an immediate buy. So without that, you see this chop or this very low amount of volatility. Xbox saying, can anyone sacrifice a goat to the altar of Elon Musk? Might cause a bull run. Anybody see that picture with Elon, man? Let's look at this. Hi, Jiho. I don't know if we're gonna get it, But this picture with Elon Musk and Richard Branson. Here's the picture. This man is. They cut it off. He's not wearing shoes. I'm nitpicking there, but I guess that's his house. Now I'm just going down a rabbit hole. Here we go. Carrots is saying, looking forward to seeing what happens if fees start getting redirected to ETH stakers. Yeah, huge rabbit hole that I almost went down with Elon Musk's feet, but we will touch on this. Back to Ethereum here. Next update to the Ethereum blockchain, this London hard fork, which calls for changing how ETH is paid out to miners, is likely to come on August 4th, not mid-July as earlier suggested. That date was actually proposed on GitHub, and it needs to be approved by the community. This is a quote from the man that pretty much pushes all the updates to Ethereum, or is the lead there. We wanted to see how the testnet upgrades went before committing to a mainnet date, now that 2/3 of the testnets have successfully upgraded. A couple more information pieces here. So this is what we're getting. We're getting a London hard fork in August. That's what they're saying. Just so that we can kind of lay out EIP 1559 here. Currently, they receive miners receive newly minted ETH that is created with each fresh batch of transactions, plus the transaction fees that we all know about when people pay to use a network. Once EIP 1559 is implemented, miners can no longer count on the income from transaction fees. Users can still tip. Users instead will pay a base fee, which goes directly to the network and burned. That is the deflationary aspect there with ETH. Currently, inflationary will lead to deflationary pressure. CryptoStam is saying Rex Ryan probably into those Elon feet. Well, Rex Ryan shout out here on Layer 1 Live. I love it. Crypto Buffalo is in the house. Guys, Crypto Buffalo absolutely got after it last week, man. We got LADZ City Radios on YouTube now. He did NFT live solo with Gutter Dan. That was an amazing. Loved to hear from Gutter Dan there and the Gutter Cat Gang team. If you didn't get your rat yet, you need to. I don't know how long those are going to be available, but they're ready for mint. If you have any cats and you don't know about the rats, I don't know how that's even possible. All right, bumping out of this story here, miners are split on the issue. Some call it wealth redistribution, while others see it as a way of boosting the value of the minted ETH. Listen, if I'm a miner, I hate this proposal. Assuming no major objection, we will be going for August 4th. And we will see if that doesn't get delayed. $15-minute episode. We need more. Yeah, Tigbo's cutting down those episodes, man. I love it. For all you ADD folks out there, Shaggy Downs is in the house saying, yo, yo, Buffalo. And Matt Radke is, ooh. Question here. Can you explain a hard fork to us lay people? Layman people. Okay. Yeah, it's not that hard. You know, a lot of times people mask really easy concepts. In this case, I think they did a pretty good job with it, explaining it in a very clear way, even with the term itself, hard fork. But essentially, upgrades need to be made. And the way that you make an upgrade is you fork the existing code. And then everyone switches. Now, a contentious hard fork would be something to the effect of, hey, we want to make this upgrade 50% or 60% or 70%. Yeah, really, I don't even know what the percentage was when Ethereum Classic got made, but that's a hard fork. That's a contentious hard fork. So normal hard fork, we all want to upgrade. We upgrade. They fork the code. Everyone moves, and we're good. Contentious hard fork, hey, you guys are upgrading now. We don't want to upgrade that. We're going to stay on this old code. You guys can fork away and do what it do. and that's a contentious hard fork. So really, hard fork is just essentially an upgrade to the code, and everyone kind of flops over. But you see, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, those are hard forks. You guys are hitting me with some good questions today. And I want to hear answers from the community too. Got smart people in LADZ City. That's one of the best things about LADZ City is that we have awesome, smart individuals that kind of help with alpha, understanding all this good stuff. Expo, I was asking, what happens if the miners strike, and would they? It's a really good game theory question. You would need enough of the miners, just like in any strike, you would need enough of the miners to strike for that to be effective, because then the miners that stay online would just be getting paid more, and they'll be like, hell yeah, I'm good to go. Miners could technically hard fork here, like it would be a contentious hard fork at that point. So you would see something like Ethereum Pro would be this new upgrade that they're making, and then Ethereum Classic at that point would be the ones that the miners stay on. The thing is, they have to go where the transactions are. So if the entire community, which is really buoyed by the ETH Foundation, I mean, that's what's so cool about Ethereum. We talk about decentralization, but a lot of these chains, they need a face of the franchise, a centralized authority to push them forward. And if Vitalik moves and he gets the Ethereum Foundation and all the devs and all, then what the hell are you going to do on this ghost chain? Cool, you're still getting fees, but your fees are cut 95%, or your transactions are cut 95% because the entire community has left. You can't fork a community. Marty McFly saying it's like shifting timelines in the Mandela effect, and the new future begins and the old one is done. I love that one. I love that example. Add in the contentious hard fork, and then you have two parallel kind of timelines that continue, right? All right, 20 of you here in the house. Really, we're just getting started. I'm going to try to keep these episodes to about an hour. I'm going to keep these low. Xpod needs these 20-minute ones. We're already at 20 minutes. Can't stop it now, man. Already traders in the house. I will get started here on the next piece. This comes from the Wall Street Journal. Love when I get a Wall Street Journal article here about crypto. Binance bolstered its compliance team as scrutiny of crypto increases. We saw a couple different pieces on Binance here. We saw kind of a FUD article on Binance in the UK, which they mention actually. So the UK banned some weird arm of Binance. It really didn't do anything. Anyways. And they somehow kind of said, hey, you can't be doing anything in the UK. Well, we're not doing anything anyways. It had nothing to do with the parent company Binance, who's operating in the UK, obviously. But they also added Japan here, who Japan came out. They've been super heavy-handed. Japan has been really closed off as it comes to international companies coming in. So again, from the article, the announcement comes as authorities in the UK and Japan are taking aim at affiliates of Binance, saying the business is not registered to operate in those countries. So in response to this, we had CZ, founder of Binance, clearly, who it's amazing that it's only been 4 years. I mean, they're one of the biggest companies in definitely crypto, but I would say even the entire world, it's only been 4 years. But this is an actual letter penned by CZ himself. He goes on to talk about needing clear regulations. Obviously, they want to protect users' interests first. This is basically CZ's opportunity to say, hey, we want to work with you regulators. Lay out some regulatory rules, regulations, and we will comply to them. We can hop into BNB price right now, see what that looks like. So really, we had a little bit of a pump here over the last 7 days with a lot of crypto tokens. Binance kind of coming off a low of 302, popping up to about 333, but since has declined. So really the market, I wouldn't say it's reflecting the chop that we see across the market. There's no real like big downside here from any of this regulatory stuff that Binance has been involved in, but you see Wall Street Journal's talking about it. Again, TLDR, all CZ is trying to do here with this open letter is say, hey, lay out some regulatory guidelines here for us to follow. Quote from the article, which is quoting CZ, super meta, I know. Compliance is a journey, especially in the new sectors like crypto. The industry still has a lot of uncertainty. We also recognize that with growth comes more complexity and more responsibility. Made a bunch of hires in the compliance piece as well. That's basically the article. So shout out to Wall Street Journal there. Love when they come through with the articles. Keep the comments coming, guys. Got ourselves a good episode here. I love it when you guys get involved. Orlando Newman's in the house. Aloha, lads. Good morning. Let's have an amazing show. Appreciate you all. Let's talk about all the new lads, all the new subscribers. We probably added about 500 subscribers here just in the past 2 weeks. Shout out to all the new individuals in the house. If you want to get involved, man, go to LADZ.city. Come into our Discord. We're always talking crypto. Otherwise, we will move on to the next piece. You know I love Synthetix. Synthetix is pretty much leading this brief little DeFi rally that we saw. They're still doing super well, right? If we hop out here again, in a 7-day timeline, Synthetix is up 45%. We covered Kane Warwick, who is the initial founder of Synthetix. He left. They started this triumvirate DAO setup where he pretty much said, hey, I don't want full control of this. You guys decentralize it, do what you want. And then now he's come back. So Kane is back. Maybe that's a Kane is back pump there. Up 100% in 14 days. Would be interesting to time up that article of him saying he's coming back to the price action here. Asmodai saying OVOT new lads, our vibe, our tribe. Love it. Brendan Z saying these Space Jam NFTs are fire. We are going to hit those Space Jam NFTs. It seems to be that there's some left. They've got some actions that you need to do to get these NFTs. Troy is saying welcome to all the new lads. Absolutely. All right, Synthetix rallies as DeFi protocol announces Layer 2 launch. This comes from CoinDesk. Per Masari data, SNX reached a 1-month high of above $13. The DeFi token has gained 75% this month, while Bitcoin is down 2%. So we still see some DeFi summer action going on. I was promised DeFi summer. I'm not getting it. I started a Polygon adventure that was, I set up my first, on the adventure analogy, it's like my first night and I got massacred by wolves. I don't even want to, I don't want to talk about it. That's how it hurts. What an adventure, though. I'm working. Marty McFly saying 500 smart people. Yes, welcome in, guys. Here we go. Again, SNX reaching a 1-month high. We saw that on this chart here. So 30-day chart. We see that big pump there from about a low of about 570 to about 1215. And again, it reached that monthly all-time high there at 1350. So cool stuff from Synthetix. The reason behind this, I already mentioned Kane's coming back. And he actually just sent out, let's see, Don't do it to me. Kane put out a post here on the actual launch. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is from Kane. Really short announcement. Optimism launch announcement. So basically there's a how do I put this? Optimism is a scaling solution on Ethereum. Synthetix is moving to Optimism for their platform. So they were trying to scale Synthetix. Synthetix offers trading assets. That's why they're called Synthetix. They offer synthetic assets so that you can trade maybe like an Apple stock on their platform in the future, obviously. So that is all happening. That's pretty much why Synthetix is pumping. Kane's back. They're moving to layer 2s. But it's good to see DeFi kind of have that little bounce there, up 100% again on a 30-day timeline. I want to get your guys' opinion here on this one. 77% of El Salvador residents believe Bukele's Bitcoin law is not a wise move. I was surprised to see this, and this comes from Decrypt. It was the Francisco Gavidia University, UFG. They did a study of about 1,200 people, between July 1st and 4th. I believe it was age groups, and they took a wide variety. It wasn't just a demographic of extremely rich, extremely poor. And based on this, 3 out of 4 Salvadorians see Bukele's adoption of Bitcoin as not very wise or not wise at all. 12% of the population calling it a wise move. 6.5% calling it very wise. Really did not... I mean, the narrative that was coming out of El Salvador, or the news at the time, was that this was kind of a win for El Salvador. But it looks like the people... We might have to jump ahead to Space Jam here in a second, but it looks like the people of El Salvador are a little bit split on what Bitcoin means to their people, or their, I guess, society. Merchants, again, that was the big push, is people accepting. Merchants are able to now accept. We saw Kagian over in El Salvador spending BTC, boots on the ground over there. But it looks like 61% of the merchants that were surveyed said they would not be willing to accept payments in Bitcoin. 64% said they didn't want to receive their salary in crypto. So all of this kind of info coming out that was against the initial narrative. It was supposed to be this champion moment, but we'll monitor a little bit of this as we go. 33.9% of that survey said they do not understand the intent of the law. And about 1/3 of the Salvadorians believe that Bukele had some personal or business interest in launching the Bitcoin law. That's, I mean, you're going to get that intent there. Or that, I guess, that distinction from the community there. That's South American, Central American. They're going to believe some type of backdoor deal is cut for whoever's in power, because that's what happens all the time. So, again, El Salvador being in Bitcoin, super big for Bitcoin, for I think El Salvador in the long run. But it was interesting to see this kind of come across. I think the narrative was that El Salvadorian people were super excited for this move. That's not what this article is showing. Again, only 1,200 people. All right, Crypto Stamina saying general population are not trailblazers. That's a fair response. Most people are going to be laggards when it comes to accepting this, so I could see that. All right, I'm not a big fan of interacting with MetaMask live while I'm on stream. Too many things could go wrong there. But it looks like the Space Jam site is very slow. A lot of people are interested. Might have to get myself a Space Jam while we're live here. For those of you that are wondering, Space Jam's getting in, I believe, by Nifty's. So that Mark Cuban based NFT studio is launching Space Jam NFTs. I believe there's a good amount left. We'll get into that here in a second. Maybe I miss out. If I miss out, it's because I'm bringing you guys the news, though. Got to do it. All right, really quick piece here in the quick hits. Polygon puts up prize money for esports tournament on community gaming. Really, I mean, I love what community gaming is doing. Basically, they go to people like Polygon. They go to people on these different chains. They say, hey, we're great at organizing esports tournaments. Give us a little bit of cash. As you can see, 10,000 here from Polygon, and we will run tournaments that are based on your chain or your tech. So that's what we have here. Polygon is spending 10,000 to gin up excitement on esports platform community gaming. Looks like it's going to be from Skyweaver. So that's a really quick piece of news, but I like community gaming. We've had a talk with them team to team. Love what they're doing for esports, and I think that's going to be a huge. If you can have permissionless payouts of esports tournaments, that's big. Oh, Matt Radke saying Space Jam site is a mess. Haven't been able to get logged in for the last 4 hours. And Brendan Z is saying I logged in but can't claim in the past hour. Tigbo is saying I got my 2 NFTs. Am I excited? Yes. Am I surprised? No. All right, we're going to hop into DeFi. We're going to end with NFTs today, guys. We're going to see how that process works. But we're going to hop into DeFi here. This is a little bit of a follow-up story on that Synthetix piece. It looks like Aave and Thorchain were also part of that rally. Again, we talked about Synthetix being up big. Aave's up about 8.6%, trading at roughly $317. That's fallen since this article is out. And then Thorchain and Rune up about 6%. UMA up big. Harvest Finance, they just came out with a huge update that's going to be up about 15 to 20%. Talking about total value locked here. I'd love to get into DeFi, man, with you guys. I don't know. Again, a lot of people are NFT fans in LADZ City. Shout out to the NFT enthusiasts. I wonder how many lads we have that are really, really into DeFi. I'd love to get deeper into, covering DeFi and everything that's going on in that growing industry. So if you could, drop some information on what you're into in DeFi, what projects you're into. Harvest Finance, we're about to talk about here. Some cool updates. Ton of degen farms out there that I know you guys are in. I saw a comment from Choina early in the episode, Dino Swap. Maybe we can divert. I'm going heavy here, guys. I need to get my money back from this farming palooza nonsense that I was in on Polygon. Ooh, there's an update. This is recent. Deposits go live July 15th. Farming goes live July 17th. Really, I mean, this, from a degen farm standpoint, this has a lot of good backers. They just announced a funding round. Let's see if we can't get to that funding round piece. So, I mean, usually what you get, Spartan Group is there. OKX. I don't know. You never know. So the name OKX is there. Block Dream Ventures is there. You never know how far down the rabbit hole that branch is probably the better word, that Block Dream Ventures is on. No idea. Defiance Capital hashed. I'm looking at Dino Swap here for sure. I'll be digging in. I didn't notice that announcement there. So I'll be digging in after this episode. 30 of you guys in the house. LADZ Liquidity Mining is great DeFi. Oh, man. I don't know how much I can speak on that, but that was some alpha drop there. Nick Swerve is saying, I want to and need to learn more about DeFi, my dude. Yep, 100%. I think we all do. There's a spectrum you can find yourself on for sure. I think there's a way that you can get involved and not feel like you're in the deep, deep ocean. Start in the kiddie pool, maybe, on the bunny slope. All right, we talked about Aave here. Made a little pit stop at Dynaswap, but we talked about Aave doing really well. This has a lot to do with Aave Pro. So Aave is making the tactical decision to go the institutional route. I'm not saying they're not doing retail as well. There's some cool little tools that if you go to the Aave markets dashboard, you can get involved there. It's 1 to 2 clicks and you're earning a % interest. Really love that. Percentages aren't that high. It's like 3 or 4% for Matic token that I'm in. But they're making a tactical decision here that is getting some blowback from the DeFi community to launch permissioned deployment for institutions. And it's pretty easy to see why the DeFi community is getting up in arms about this. Permissioned is not a term you usually associate with DeFi protocols and tools. You're supposed to be permissionless. You're supposed to be decentralized. You're going the exact opposite way. Permissioned. You're going with big institutions that you're supposed to actually be displacing. So that's the narrative. Cool stuff from Stanny here. This is from an actual email. And I believe this is an email that was covering the Zoom meeting that they had internally. There's a couple different pieces there, but notice Aave Pro. Aave Pro is using the battle-tested and extensively audited V2 smart contracts. Sounds good. And this is the piece right here. Whitelisting KYC participants. Aave Pro participants will be entities, institutions, corporates, fintechs. AML compliance, anti-fraud controls, all of these pieces that you never see come out. Cool comment here from Twitter. Noah Goldberg, what people have yet to appreciate about Aave and Compound's institutional products. Aave Compound came out with their interest-bearing tools for institutions. Is that having doxed institutional clients gives them an easy way to move into under-collateralized lending, credit markets. We're doxing institutions now. All right, Choin is giving some Ghost Alpha here. Shout out to Choin, by the way. One of the really cool initial channels that is, in a sense, a partnership. It's its own part of LADZ City. This is Gotchi LADZ, as you can see. Basically, a sector or a section of our city has been created for the Gotchi LADZ partnership. And Choin has been running that, keeping it hot. A lot of Gotchi. If you're into Aave Gotchi, this is where you want to be. There's LADZ, our friendly neighborhood Gotchi lad. So, really cool stuff if you're into Gotchi Lads, but Choina just dropped it there. Still looking into the details, and we'll share in Gotchi Lads. Love it, man. Sushi swap on Polygon. Pulled together, no loss lottery. CJ Catone. Shout out to CJ there. Looks like a first-time commenter, man. Excited to have you here. Sushi swap is on Polygon, and Pull Together is on Polygon as well. Honestly, I think the Polygon price is being a little suppressed. By what? I don't know. I think there's been a lot of movement into the Polygon ecosystem. CJ just mentioned 2 of them. Sushi's doing a great job of integrating Polygon there. I don't think Uni has done that. And then Pull Together is awesome. Interviewed Leighton Cusack back in the day. Basically, TLDR here, Pull Together is you can literally pull together funds from 10 different people. You can run a lottery. They basically use different interest-bearing tools. I don't know exactly which tools those are, but you throw $100 in to pull together. Your buddies all throw, or buddies are lady friends, throw $100. You guys get interest that week, and it pays out at the end of the week to one winner within your pull together lottery. Cool concept. You don't get the interest, obviously. It goes to one person instead. All right, moving on so we can hit this NFT piece. It looks like there's a lot of people interested in that Space Jam drop. Harvest Finance was a big degen pool back in DeFi summer of 2020, all those years ago. We are thrilled to announce a new evolution of Harvest and the farmlands teased as V2. I dropped that in the description, guys. If you guys don't have that yet, you might want to refresh your browser. All the links that I'm talking about in the description. But basically, V2 is going to be a UX UI update, dynamic search box. Looks like it allows you to search Ethereum and BSC on their platform. NFTs. It looks like there's an NFT vault feature. This was big. I think DeFi Pulse was mentioning this. Zapperfy within the actual platform itself. So all this to say, Harvest launching V2 has led to, I believe, a increase in their token price. Let's see if we can pop this off. 8.5 down, but 14 days, it's about 50% up. Let's zoom out. Let's see if we can't find this. Harvest Finance came out with this about 4 hours ago. So maybe a little bit of front running here. So 4 hours ago, they came out with this V2, a little bit of a front run on their price. As we can see, that big tick up from 66 all the way to about 78. And then this is when everybody found out. 58 all the way up to 73. So shout out to Harvest Finance. They're one of the OGs. A year will get you that in crypto. Carrots saying way back in the summer of 2020, those were the days. Brendan Z said he just got his 3 Space Jams. All right, the last piece I have here in DeFi, we touched on DynaSwap already, so I want to kind of quickly get through the rest. Advertisements, come on now, block. DeFi investing platform Zerion raises 8.2 mil in Series A funding. If you haven't used Zerion, this is an awesome user interface piece for portfolio tracking here. Amazing. Again, not a big fan of interacting with my MetaMask wallet while I'm live, but Zerion is the easiest way to build and manage your entire DeFi portfolio in one place. You can see a little. Thank God they have this. You can see a little bit of how that looks. You can manage, buy, sell, trade, stake, everything within your own dashboard there. So I use Zerion myself. I know there's a lot of people that use different tools there for portfolio tracking. But congrats to that team. 8.2 million. Only going to definitely lead to more use cases there for Zerion. All right. Woo! 30 of you guys in the house. It is Layer 1 Live Monday, covering the entire space. It looks like people are getting into these Space Jam NFTs, man. Might as well cover them. I'm going to try to hit this really quick. Don't do this to me. Look, I can't even log into Nifty's. Don't do it to me. Okay, looks. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull up this site. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull up this site. Wow. We got some Space Jam finally worked for me comments here. I don't know if it's going to work for me. So we will start in the NFT section here. I mentioned this last week. This is not necessarily like the newest article, but we kind of breezed over it. If you're super interested in NFTs, we've got NFT Live, where it's covering mainly NFT news, the latest NFT news from around that industry. We have NFT Arcade, which covers the gaming sector within NFTs. So a lot of NFT content on the channel. So I'll breeze over most of this, but this was really cool to see. So Reuters already covering them is awesome, but NFT sales volume. I mean, look at January 2020. They mentioned here as well that the data only shows sales on the Ethereum blockchain. This is also only on chain. So 2.5 billions in quarter two, or actually in quarter one and quarter two, up from 13.7 million in the first half of 2020. I mean, year of the NFT doesn't do it enough justice. Tigbo got a rare 3D tweet. Okay, now I really need to get involved here. All right, we've got Space Jam. Here we go. I claim your free NFT today. It looks like 12,000 out of the 91,000 have been claimed. Never trust these bars. Let's see if I can. Oh, I got to log in or sign up, huh? Guys, I'm going to try to do this live on stream for you. I don't know if that even... Is that content? Not even sure if that's good content, but we're going to try. All right, while that is loading up, I'm trying to get in, guys. I'm aping in. Pretty standard. Mad Radke saying, don't worry, Q. It only took me 5 hours to finally get a Space Jam. All right, we'll be live for 5 hours. If it takes that, we will be live for 5 hours, guys. I'm clicking allow. All right. Just so we don't get too far off topic, again, going back to this Reuters piece, the NFT buyers is definitely a piece that I think, based on all these generative drops, I would love to get some information there. And some information from you guys specifically on how many buyers we have in this market. I mean, what you see is about 2,000 to 3,000 people in this market continuously buying. The generative art drops are dropping, and that amount, if you go a little bit over, Lucky Maneki went a little bit over, you're squeezing into like another 4,000, you're not selling out. So how many people are in this market right now? I think the general consensus is between 3,000 to 6,000. Nick Sorvis is giving me some good juju here. He's saying, I hope you get a legendary Porky the Pig or some Q. Brendan Z is looking to game the system here. This is why we can't have nice things. He says he's contemplating making a second account. I'm authorizing my app. I always hate doing that. All right, now Nifty's has full control of anything you guys see on my platform. Okay, weekly buyers, I'm thinking between 3,000 and 6,000. That's, again, based on the amount of drops and the amount of buyers you see that are the same. I think that's how many people we have in this NFT space that are actively collecting. And I love that generative art has really given us the data to see that. NFT sales volume hit record highs in Q2. I mean, just this is all on chain. So users are staying and spiking a little bit even here in July, where the volume has decreased since that real big kind of hurricane happened in May. NFT sales volume going just bonkers, man. It's hard to put into words how much of a difference we've seen in 2020 to 2021, but the data is going to give you a little bit of some pieces here. Collectibles doing really well. Again, art, some of this stuff's going to be off-chain that you see. NBA Top Shot is mentioned as a potential darling, right, in the beginning of 2021, has now fallen off a little bit. Bored Ape Yacht Club is mentioned here. They've absolutely gone ballistic as well. Crypto Stamina is mentioning Des Bryant. This is my receiver. I'm not a bandwagon fan. I have been a Cowboys fan since as long as I can remember, unfortunately. It looks like Jimmy.eth helped Des Bryant get his first ever Bored Ape Yacht Club profile picture. Looking fresh, Des. And he did catch it. He caught it. I don't care if you're a Green Bay fan. You know the truth. All right, Nifty's is still authenticating me here. I'm trying to sign up for this gold Porky the Pig that I'm about to get. But we will get into the NFT weekly rundown here done by NFT Plazas. They do a great job every week of showing this, and I love kind of doing the overview. 2 CryptoPunks and 1 Axie Infinity piece. And then 1 Sandbox sale piece. Those were the top 4 sales for this week. We can see Axie Infinity is just crushing the market right now. And we'll touch on Axie. The price kind of driving up to about $20. I don't know if it hit 20, but it got close. Just killing the competition. NBA Top Shot sitting there at 5.1 million. CryptoPunks at 12. Cool Cats making their entrance there. So in Axie Infinity, 141% increase. NBA Top Shot down 38% in volume. CryptoPunks up 50%. And Cool Cats making their entrance, man. That was a big generative piece that I did not catch it. Let me know if you caught Cool Cats. I did not. Xpla saying, I hopped out of the truck for a minute. Is this Space Jam thing free? Yes. There are some actions you need to complete. I thought I claimed my Twitter username, Nifties. That would have been a cool name for a personal website. Hello, welcome to Nifties. Can I take your order? All right, 30 of you guys in the house. We're covering NFT markets here to end the episode. We've got some Space Jam stuff that we need to hit. Art here, super rare. Catching up a little bit to Nifty Gateway here, Foundation as well. So, in the midst of a pullback in the general markets, we see a great increase in volume and users in the NFT market. We did see a little bit of a pullback from those May highs, but I think in general the NFT space is showing that it can really, really do some things. Deck is saying he got deadheads, but not Cool Cats. Same brother. All right, I'm having some issues signing up with Nifty's. Shocker. But we will get to the Space Jam stuff here in a second. But I have to cover Axie. I mean, again, 116 mils last 7 days. I'm gonna pull up in articles. I've got Jiho talking about growth. So Axie Infinity sets all-time highs as an Ethereum-based NFT game goes viral. Probably one of the first viral. We're always like setting new highs in NFT space. I love it. CryptoKitties was viral back in the day, but this is beyond anything we've seen from a game, right? So we see a lot of, NBA Top Shot, I think, did a bunch. Look at Jiho flexing in his Under Armour. So daily active players, DAUs, and Discord members, inflection point there around mid-June, just parabolic. Up to almost 500,000 players, almost 400,000. What does that Discord even look like? I don't even know what a 400,000 Discord would look like. Sometimes I go in LADZ City and I'm like, I can't keep up with it. That's nuts. Nick Swervis is saying, did anyone see Josh Hart did a 5K drop with a hand flip off cash grabs or something? Yeah, so Josh Hart, another pro athlete that has been getting into crypto. He launched a meme project, almost like the pickle kind of screw you, don't buy this, but really buy it. He launched that. I'm trying to find it, man. Fuckcashgrabs.com. These sold out. It looks like it. Can you sell out if you sell it for free? These were completely given out. I don't know exactly what they're doing on the open market. If someone can get me maybe a floor or some recent sale prices from these. Josh Hart doing fuck cash grabs with the middle finger. I like this, man. Tigbo saying he got one and sold it. Question: If you could mint 10, why did you just get one? I saw this going down, but was mobile at the time, and then just never followed up. You kind of knew this was gonna be a thing. If you have 5,000 free generative NFTs coming from a celebrity, really easy play for those of us that didn't get involved. That's just lazy. So I showed you some different pieces here of why AXS is doing so well. They have the staking feature that's going to be implemented soon. They've had recent land sales as well as Mystic Axes going for up to 300 ETH. It's on a parabolic trend. I would be really, I've said this before though, right? You're looking at 30-day timeline. $4 in June, about a month ago. You're getting about $18. Let's see what we touched out at. $19.63. $17 doesn't sound... What is this? Where does this? Puts it at around the 78th biggest crypto project out there. I could easily see Axie continuing. I don't see a reason not. I initially had some issues with the staking feature actually allowing fees from the platform. Is that a security? But I guess the utility coming from securing the network is what I was told is actually a good utility. So let me find my mouth here. Tigbo is saying he gets 10% on secondary. Floor was at 0.022 at peak. And Deck is saying 0.012 at OpenSea now. Thank you guys for the update there. Really genius move by him. It probably won't last that long, but he's getting 10% secondary in sales. All right, so that was basically the Axie Infinity piece there. Again, I don't think for one of the first large viral games that we've seen, I think long term, do your own damn research, but it's a fair play, especially with AXS being able to be staked. That's not a bad play whatsoever. So Going along with this piece, I'm just going to touch on this. Ethereum gaming tokens, AXS, Sand, Mana, Crash. Crash is a tough word. I think Sand is down like 10% from the high. So Sandbox, Mana, they also extremely high growth. I think they topped out. Sand topped out at about 53 cents, has since gone down to about 42. So a little bit more than I initially thought. But there was just a big run up there. I mean, it was, I don't know, what you attribute that to in such a short time frame, but you did see NFT gaming projects specifically go up. All right. This, again, we're covering this in real time here. I'm trying to claim a free NFT. But it doesn't seem to be working. But we'll go into the story here. Cuban-backed platform NFTs raises 10 mil, debuts with Space Jam NFTs. We've been covering that here. See if I can get in, but you can see the actual website here. LeBron, obviously the movie's coming out very soon. You can see the rarities there. Love the layout here. This has to be broken. Although again, we just talked about the user base in the NFT world being around 3,000 to 6,000 people. But they're free NFTs. We'll see how many get claimed. Obviously, people are going to try to claim multiples. We already have one person in here. I won't name names, trying to set up 2 accounts. NBA Top Shot has gone up to like 200, 250,000 in one single queue. So we'll see what happens. I love the actual layout here. I mean, you could tell this is well thought out from a initial drop perspective. You've got different rarity traits. You got some cool animations. Obviously, the IP is awesome to have. Nick Swervis is saying, are these on like a Nifty wallet? It seems that way. It does seem that way. I'm having major issues trying to log into Nifty's right now. I'm at nifties.com/onboarding having major onboarding issues. It looks like you can claim 1, 2, and then you can buy 1 at limit 1 per day. That might be one of the reasons why this isn't being sold out. Whales aren't able to buy. And then it looks like the marketplace is launching in 14 days and 17 hours. So that's kind of the update there with Nifty's. Obviously, Nifty's raising 10 mil is going to help them scale out. I was not able to get one yet. I'm having major issues here. So Nifty's, if you're watching this, I need help. I won't cause a fuckus. YouTube's going to get me for that one. I will not cause a ruckus on stream if you send me a nice little Nifty Space Jam NFT here. But we are running up to the end of the episode here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we were pretty much covering the entire space here. Volatility's down. The amount of news coming out for different projects is down. It seems like we're in that kind of bear market time frame where the real building is happening. NFTs, not seeing much of that. DeFi, the blue chips are doing well. So everyone's kind of sitting on their hands here, feeling out this chop. I'll show it one more time. I'm sure if I drew some squigglies on this chart here, you'd see a little bit of a squeeze coming either way. This is what happens when you see this major choppage. So it's going from 41,000. I mean, if you want to look at some candles, 28, but really we're going anywhere from 40,000 to 30,000. We've just been chopping there. So where it goes, nobody really knows. But, I mean, everyone's pretty much anxiously waiting this one out. Volume is super low. Again, institutions on the sidelines. Leverage is low. We'll monitor this as we go forward, but happy to bring you guys the news each week. I'm excited to see where this chop leads. I think the NFT space is going to do well regardless. DeFi blue chips are doing super well. We will see if the younger DeFi projects are able to kind of stand out in this move. And Nifty's marketplace, please help me out. You can see I'm not that upset because I've gone through this process probably 50 times. Matt Radke saying, Q, you have only been trying for about 15 minutes, so you still have another 4 hours and 44. Yeah. I could probably cut that number in half, seeing as that I'm super experienced here in this NFT degenerate. I mean, I'm forged in the fires of wax when it comes to this. So I should be able to figure out pretty quickly here on the other end of this. 30 of you guys in the house, really appreciate you guys coming through. Share the episode, like, subscribe. Our Vibe, our tribe, man. I really appreciate the work that's being put in, not just from the community. I mean, there's community members tackling different initiatives. Carrots is putting in massive work with the DAO. I'm going to touch on one quick thing here in the announcement section. I put out a quick little announcement. Content schedule is going to get you all of the episodes this week. We have a full lineup. One thing I didn't touch on in the NFT piece here that I probably should have. We have an announcement coming. It's probably because I was hiding the announcement, but Play to Earn Game Festival. Robert Hugendorn over there has been putting on the Play to Earn Game Festival like once every quarter. I would say once every 2 quarters he does this. He has an awesome spot in crypto voxels. Stay tuned for that announcement because Play to Earn Game Festival, we're going to be doing some things with them at the end of this week on LADZ Day. Excited to be putting this out. But I want to give a quick shout out there. That Play to Earn Game Festival, you can earn different NFTs by showing up. He works with different companies to kind of put little Easter eggs in there. I wonder if he has his crypto voxels set up. Yep. This might break the stream incoming, but we will go to the live Play to Earn Game Festival. Not going to spend too much time, but just want to get a little look. The work that goes into this. DeLorean. Wow. Yeah, so these little pieces, guys, you see the little Cometh games. You see some other games here. You have some sponsors there. Really cool stuff. Robert doing an absolutely phenomenal job. So I wanted to quickly give that shout out. The rest of the announcements there, we're finalizing a rebrand here of LADZ City. The network, as you see it, will have a new face, a new logo, a new look. And along with that rebrand, we're launching Season 2, and we're going to launch the LADZ DAO inside of that. So that is going to be awesome. Carrots, you've been killing it. He's been doing a lot of internal research. We've been talking every day to get this DAO off the ground in Season 2. Can't wait for it, man. We're going to be able to direct revenue into the DAO treasury. We're going to be able to take community members who want to do different things, and the DAO is going to be able to decide on different initiatives, fund those initiatives, grow the network. It's just going to be awesome. I love DAOs. Can you tell? I need to stay on 15 minutes for every time I trolled Ronan about Lindsay Lohan. All right, we will stay here until LADZ Day, because that is a lot of 15-minute segments there. But expect a blog post here about Season 2, about LADZ DAO. We also have some mining updates here that we need to get to. Carrots completely... carrots. The future is DAO. Love it. Nick Swervis, thanks, Q. Let's all crush this week, lads. I'm hoping you guys crush this week. Thank you for tuning in, man. It's awesome to have you guys. Our vibe, our tribe. Getting up out of here. Hopefully, everybody gets a nice Space Jam NFT and does well the rest of the week. I will see you tomorrow on NFT Live, and I'll see you in the city. Our vibe, our tribe. Later.